Chat, how many of y'all play Memento White Shadow? Memento White Shadow was the open world, like the Genshin Honkai Star Rail. It had turn-based combat like Star Rail, but a more open world like Genshin Impact. Stix, did you know Memento White Shadow has not been working for the vast majority of PC players for the past 3 days? Oh, wow. You did? You do sometimes? It was the worst decision ever? You played it? You never touched it? Holding off in case it suddenly EOS's? Never heard of it? Ever since the latest version 1.6 update was released, to make matters worse, Blackstorm, the company responsible for the game, has not issued any statement on the matter, only reporting that they are working on a bug in the Battle Pass. Really? Really? So your game is unplayable for a large portion of your players, and instead of just saying, hey, we've encountered a bug that is preventing PC players from accessing the game and we're working on it, we're working to resolve it as soon as possible, you just decide to ignore it. I mean, today, it seems that players have, on their own, discovered a possible way to access the game. So it's 72 hours of silence from the studio, and it took players to try and fix the game for them. Like, that's a level of incompetence, chat, that I have never seen from a gacha studio. Like, there are countless examples of people, like actual players, fixing issues, like Nexus mods as an example, fixing issues with existing RPGs, FPS, but never have I heard a game being inaccessible on PC, a gacha, the studio not fixing it, but players finding the workaround. That's wild. Something I cannot confirm as I have not tested it myself. Meanwhile, players who are unable to log in are missing out on all the rewards and events that expire daily. Oh, right. So there's a battle pass that you cannot participate in. There is your potential premium that you can't participate in. There are all the login events, all the daily events that you can't do. They're getting shafted hard. Change your region to USA and use 3 well-known letters. Regional format. So what? So the workaround is to just set your region to America, not Korea or Japan. Yeah, there are a bunch of people though there unable to access. Okay, here's their announcement. So with all this going on, they said there is an error in the battle pass. We identified an issue in the ongoing event where the additional roulette rewards are based on participation count are not being properly granted. Our investigation found that after version 1.6, roulette so their entire announcement. And chat, y'all can see the skull emoji here. Y'all see the skull emoji? Yep. So players are flooding the English general chat, claiming that they cannot access the game. The studio says, well, the only thing we're really getting money from right now is the battle pass and people spending. So we're gonna go ahead here and we're just gonna address the thing that's generating money for us. New day, new drama, yeah. Yeah, buddy, you bet. Brilliant work. And then on their subreddit, temporary fix for the stuck on loading after successful login. Change your regional format to US. Error logging in, so their subreddit is filled with info too. Oh, I'm sorry, filled with Reddit threads, all mentioning the same thing. And it's just, yeah, I don't know what the hell that says. It says potential spam. I don't even know if I want to translate it. I'm gonna translate it. I'm curious. We gotta know what this says. I thought it was my PC's fault. Now I see why it hasn't let me log in since last week. God damn. Hold on. I want to check out their actual subreddit though. Not safe for work. 18 plus. No, I don't want to go there. Still saw the game had potential. It really did, yeah. It's a disaster. It is. The year where gacha devs speedrun EOS every time. What is this? Best on its future. Hello friends around the world. I came to this game from Faker and Order, Bounty Rush, Another Eden, Grand Summoners, Honkai Star Wars. I'm from Vietnam. Let's talk about this game's performance on devices. Yeah, it's not very good. Before we go any further, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are absolutely phenomenal, and I genuinely cannot thank you all enough for the support. Here's some of you said that the game may come to EOS soon. However, I don't think that'll happen, at least in my country, Vietnam, because here they have already signed a contract with the most famous game company to publish their game in my country, which means based on their wait, they have signed So chat, y'all, I don't know if y'all remember when I last covered this, but essentially what happened was the devs themselves, the Korean developers, they said that they were going to self-publish the game everywhere around the world. And then they further stated that the game was essentially a failure in Korea, so it was up to global players to funnel money into the Korean version, which is now also globally accessible, but not launched in global regions. It just is a global translation that they localized themselves, by the way. And that they laid off, I think it was what, 70 people or 70% of their workforce or something. And then now we find out that a Vietnamese publisher, a company in Vietnam, is going to publish their game for them. At least in that specific region. Interesting. People play the game? Yeah, some people do. I know how long it is, but probably not in a few months. The game is very new, 2 months old, and I would say that they did their best for us already. In the future, I hope we can have more events. Yeah, I mean, the game is new, yeah. And unfortunately, nobody plays it. Hope we can have more hidden quests, more blah, blah, blah. Okay, so, I mean, that's very interesting. I guess that means that at least in some of the Southeast Asian or even just Asian regions, they're not gonna shut it down, right? Thank God you don't play the game, yeah. At least the publisher won't allow them to shut down anytime soon. I mean, sure. This is, dude, what? Their subreddit is dead? There's 0 people online their subreddit. 0 people. Chat, we have 7 people online ours. Wow, wild. Wait, maybe I can sort by new. Oh, she's cute. Just people complaining about the game being inaccessible. I legit feel like EOS is coming in 2 months. I'm shocked we got a rerun banner. Wait. So the game has been out for 2 months and they're already pushing out a rerun banner. Oh my God. So r/Stix is more popular than a gacha game? Yeah. So what I gather from this chat, when instead of releasing a new character, if you opt to release a rerun banner for a character that already existed, it's because you haven't actually created a new character. You don't have a new banner or a new event to push out with a new character. So they are in such a terrible state right now that they genuinely cannot even afford to create new characters for the game. That's fucking wild, dude. Genuinely insanity. No substantial updates, team reduction to 30% original workforce, bad optimizing. So yeah, I just, real quick, before we stop talking about this, I mentioned like in the video where they removed 70% of their team, I stated, okay, this is verbatim what I said, okay? I stated, it is bad if you lose 70% of your dev team, because that means if it took 100% of that team to produce what you currently have, operating at 30% capacity is going to significantly reduce the amount of content you can create and that you can push out. And I had people in the comment section of the video I did tell me, Stix, you are fucking stupid. 30% of the original workforce can still push out the same quality that 100% of the workforce pushed out in the same time frame. You do not need 100% of the workforce size to continue to push out the same quality the game has been pushing out up until this point. I was baffled that was a genuine thought that multiple people actually had. It's insane how much r/Stix is blown up. I know, right? It's awesome. They're daydreaming. Yeah, like, I don't know, man. That to me just, that seemed like they were jumping through some big ass imaginary hoops. Because I will say this again, if you lose 70% of your workforce, you're gonna be operating at 70% less people. That means dozens of less people to focus on every area of the game. This game is, as much as I hate to say it, because I did like it, this game is dying and will end of service very likely very soon. That's unfortunate because it is still a fun game. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you are not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.